I watched $25 for racehorses go into hundreds and then thousands. I know what it's like to make 30 grand a month selling cars. And as you grow mentally, you'll get more aggressive with the steps of sales. You'll get more aggressive with prospecting. Everybody should have a prospecting account there. You guys, make sure you write prospecting in there, because those are just examples. Now, if you don't have 11, the reason why 11 is because you have big goals, little goals, long-term, and short-term. You all heard about that, right? How many times they tell you, don't put all your eggs in one basket? You ever heard that? So why do we do that? We know not to do that, but we still do it. Here's what happens. When I bought that park in Canada, I had 17 years. I was putting money away for it. I didn't know what I wanted to buy. I just knew I had money coming in, or that I'd put in there. I was fishing up in Saskatchewan. The guy said it costs $5 grand a week to have a little cabin, then $200 a day for boat. And I've been coming up a couple years hunting and fishing. The guy said, why don't you buy that park? And I said, what is it? So now when I looked at it, I put a bid in, and next thing you know, I got it. But it took me 17 years to find something I wanted, but I just kept putting money away. That's what you have to do. Most people get money, they go blow it fast as they get it. Well, that's really exciting about life, isn't it? No, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Every time you go to those courses, they all say, pay yourself first. That's when I was standing on the lot on Sundays, or I put all my cards on the windows when I wasn't there. I didn't want to do that the rest of my life. I wanted to build my inventory of people that follow me. You with me? And then I paid somebody to do it. I paid somebody to do it. I never thought ever I'd pay somebody $100 an hour to work in my house. Ever. But you know what? When you're making enough money, you lose money if you think you're going to do it yourself. I'm in it for me. See, I was really serious about selling cars. And you can too. Some of you guys are doing 20, 25 cars a month. That's awesome. But listen, going back to the beginning, most salespeople only have 3 ways to generate income. The dealer gives me everything I need. Come on, think about it. They give me inventory, they advertise when I start for customers and stuff, but what am I doing for me? I'm going to show you tomorrow little different techniques like that sweatshirt. I'm just curious how many real serious about it. Does that work? I guarantee it. I'm living proof you don't have to be smart to sell cars, or let's put it this way, you don't have to have a college education. Think about it. I'm going to spend 30, I'm going to make thousands back? No, you're going to make 40 sales in 1 month out of it? I doubt it. But you wear it long enough, guess what? I know somebody's coming to Papa Bear. And I laugh when all them guys outside fighting for ups when they say, I want her to see Fran. Really? Really? You know why I did that? Because I wanted to go hunting. I never went on vacation. You understand what I'm saying? When I grew up, we grew up in the mountains. I was on the road in 10th grade. So what? Best thing that ever happened to me. Because when I started to get the taste of money, travel, and all I got to do is talk to somebody, I wanted more. I wanted more. It was kind of cool being young and have some babe on your arm, going to racetrack, think you were somebody and you weren't. At least I wasn't. But you know what? It was cool. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of nice because I had hobbies. I spend more on hobbies now than some guys make. I'm not trying to brag, but I started with nothing, and the whole thing was concentrated on repeats and referrals. There's where all the money's at. I used to laugh. I said, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And they were nice people. They were my friends at work, but they didn't have the drive. They didn't have a mission. They didn't have any goals. Think about it. For you guys that are selling 10, 12 cars a month, that's tough. How many hours a week do you work?
Minimum 50.
What's that?
Minimum 50.
Minimum 50?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me ask you another question. How many hours a week do you work?
Minimum 10. Max 10, I mean.
Okay, that's common in the car business. And the reason why they don't is because they have no mission. You know, it's like a TO. What's the mission? What's it take? You know, where are we at? So I'm coming to work to have things, to have assets. And it takes the discipline to do this. See, because once you learn it, it's easy. The rest is up to you. You know, you don't go to a foot doctor if you've got a heart problem, do you? Okay. The information I'm going to share with you the next couple of days will change every one of your lives if you do it. And what's really cool, nobody cares. Nobody will send you a vacation, are they?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, that was really cool. I figured that out real quick, but I was willing to pay the price. Are you guys gonna stand on a lot on Sunday? I don't care. Don't matter to me. I know I needed it. I had to do it. It's kind of wild feeling when the manager goes, hey, get your clothes from Cracker Jack box. You feel this big. You know why I didn't leave? Because my first month I made $12,000. And I'm dumber than a hoe handle. I kept saying, is this all mine? Yeah, get another one. Ken, are you sure? Is this all mine? I only made like $18,000 a year back then doing roofing and concrete. You can't do that in the wintertime up there. I mean, you put calcium into a basement, but ain't nobody climbing on a roof with snow. Yeah, I look at the scars on my fingers from reaching in the bucket for trials. You know what? I had muscles and a tan, but no money. Now I'm kind of fat, no tan, but I kind of like where I'm at now. And all I had to do was talk to people. You see, what's really cool about sales, you get paid what you're worth. I don't care if you make $100 an hour, those guys. That's all they're going to make is $100 an hour. You see, how can you not be excited coming to work? I got a chance to make $1,000 a day legally. Every day I come to work. Do that math once. Okay, so if it's not happening here, there's so many people, that don't mean I can't do it. It means I have to look at other avenues how to make the money. You with me? So anybody have 11 yet? Counter technique for me. Put that in. Not doing real good, send it to me, we'll take care of it. That's the other thing too. You know, you gotta have a little fun coming to work here. To me, I know what it's like to come in on a Saturday and not have one appointment. And I sold 7 cars and I spotted 6 out of 7. There's not a trainer in the world that I know of can tell you that because most of them never sold cars. You know, it's sort of like a guy telling a woman what it's like to have a baby. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. I did it. So I'm telling you, my buck's called selling from your heart. I'm telling you what you have to do if you want to be more successful. And it's so easy once you stop and think about it. You guys do birthday cards to the whole family or to anybody?
Yeah.
You put the whole family in?
No, not the family.
Why not? Okay. Well, look, I'm not here to beat nobody up. I'm just telling you my thing. Whatever I do, I'm trying to destroy you. I was at a meeting this morning, they talk about living on repeats and referrals. It's easier now to get repeats and referrals than ever before. You got the internet going on. We didn't have that. I had to do it the old-fashioned way. There's nothing more powerful than prospecting, and I'll prove it to you. Jesus started with 12 people. Look how big that got. Think about it. And that was word of mouth. No cell phones, no internet. So that's what I'm trying to share with you. The same principle. Just get out there and start talking to people. Now look, you got, every time I deliver the car, say you got a husband and wife and 3 kids. A lot of you send to the buyer, right? And you get that off the credit app, right? Okay, I'm doing everybody, husband and wife and 3 kids. See, that's 5 times a year I can contact those people, where the average salesperson does it 1 time. Does it 1 time. Take that number and just expand it by 250, 500 salespeople. Watch what happens. See, you got all day. Do you call people up on their birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. I was in Phoenix. I met this old boy, he sells 60-some cars a month. He goes, Fran, I don't do any of that shit. That's what he said. I said, okay, well, what are you doing? He said, I sing everybody happy birthday. He said, my voice sucks, but they all know who I am. Guess what? If I was back in sales again, I promise you I would do that. Why? I heard this guy saying, I sing everybody happy birthday. What a cool idea. You see, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just find something that works and do it. Now, to me, I wouldn't care. I mean, after thrown under the bus like I was when I first started, I'd talk to anybody. I have no fear. King Kong won't scare me anymore. There was a time it was like that. So if I'd call somebody up, yeah, I'd just call them up. Hey man, this is Fran Taylor. Happy birthday to you. I'd just start singing to them. Why? Because I actually talked to a guy that said, hey, that's cool. Did you know women outsell the guys by 2.5 cars a month? Did you know that? Way to go. And you know what's really cool? There's nothing they can do about it. That's like you as an individual. Once you get this prospecting going, there's nothing anybody can do about it. You just gotta go figure out what you want. It's like memorizing those word tracks. Like I said, if you guys are all out prospecting, hey, I sell cars, if you send me a customer, I'll send you $100. Okay, what happens to that car in 20 feet? You gotta sell the sizzle. Hey, I help make people's car payments and house payments because they send me customers. Could you use a couple $100 a month? Well, yeah, great. How'd you like to work for me? What do I got to do? That's in the back of the book there, by the way. Anyway, you do that enough times, watch what happens. But the key is do it every day. There'll come a point, like you have people crawling out of the woodwork coming to see you, and they'll wait for you. Do you have customer loyalty?
Yes.
That they won't buy from anybody but you? Well, I'll tell you what, now you stop and think about this now. This is me. And try to understand what I'm saying, but you're my competition. I want to destroy you every possible way I can. I have my magnets stuck in everybody's refrigerator with my picture on, mentioning a $100 referral. You know, I see on Facebook all the time, all these salespeople are just so bashful. I have to laugh when they say, ask for my email, ask for my phone number. What are you thinking? Okay, get your own public page if you have to. I don't care. I make it so easy for a customer to get a hold of me. Hey, listen, older people can't see and have money. Younger people usually don't have money and they can see good. So if I'm going to print something, I'm going to print it real big that they can see it. The older generation is not into texting like the new. I mean, I work with kids this big that go, I mean, they're awesome. Okay, so I don't care if I'm talking to somebody who doesn't do that. I want to have an email on there, my cell phone number, and the dealership's phone number. I'm going to take your pick. However you want to call me, I don't care, but just make sure they call you. Do you have that on your business cards? Freddie said he has $100 on the back. You guys all have that on the back of your cards? No? You do? Let me see what you got. 50? Good, I'd tear you up. Here's why. Now this is just, look, this is me. This is just me. If you get a repeat and referral, what's your average commission? Just throw a number out. $400. I'm talking customers. Oh, I just got a car from this guy. Good. What's he pay? $50. Good. I pay $100. You know why? You're worth it to me. By the way, when you come in, that's how I'll take care of you after the sale too. I'll pay $50 to make $400. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's the same principle with the prospecting. I'll spend $150 to get magnets to make thousands. I'll spend $30 here to make thousands. You understand what I'm saying? I'm throwing you under the bus every possible way I can without disrespecting you, without mentioning your name, without mentioning the dealership's name. But I'm coming after you. Just like the steps of the sales. That's all important, like a service walk. And you know, it's in my book. When I come back from the demo, do you guys do service walks? I mean, at all? Sure. You know? Should be. Okay, good. I love it. I'm tearing you up. Why? Because that's part of the steps of the sale. My goal is one a day. Now, I don't know how you do it, but that's just what I said. This is all part of the prospecting stuff. I want people coming back for me. Hey, you see that guy back there with the red hat? See him with the beard? Yeah. Okay, they've been turning wrenches for 41 years. If they can't fix it, nobody can. If you have a proper concern, you call me, I'll do the best I can to set you up with the best guys back there. It saves you time and money. Now, anybody else ever do that to you before? What do you think their answer is going to be to that? I got you. I got you. You know what's cool? There's nothing you can do about it. You see, I'm getting off my butt. I'm going to do all this stuff. So when I'm back there, now when I call them on their birthday, I say, ring, ring, ring. Hi, it's Fran Taylor from me. No, it's for Did you get my birthday card? Oh, yeah. Da, 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 da. Last question should be what? By the way, who do you know looking to buy a new or used car? Nobody. I don't know anybody. Okay, if it's federal law, when you come in for service, you got to come see me. I got to buy you coffee or soda, and they all laugh. Now, why do you think I do that? Because when they come in, they say, hey, oh, by the way, who do you know looking to buy a new or used car? See, it only takes a little while to create great habits. And you know what's really cool? Everything I told you so far is guaranteed to sell you more cars. See, you got all day, you just got to incorporate that stuff in your sales. With me? Can I use you as an example there? With your goals? Okay, you got vacation there?
Yes.
Great. Now, listen, whatever you do, fine tune it. I'm going to show you. Anybody write vacation down? Where'd you like to go? You never been.
Oh, man, there's a handful of places I was throwing out, Africa, Italy, Germany.
Okay, this one.
Anywhere.
Okay, what's it cost to go to Africa? Say 2 weeks.
Man, I had no idea, 5, 6 grand.
Okay, stop.
8 grand.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You've got to know what's going on. Find out. Okay, what would you do if I said you could go to Africa for probably, if you're going to do sightseeing, $3,500. And you said 5, 6 grand. Does that mean you're halfway there now? That's what I'm saying. You have to know where you're at. You know, don't say I want to go on vacation. Fine tune it. It's like this prospecting. Fine tune what you're doing. It's like the steps of the sales. Fine tune it. Just don't guess. Don't wing it. You know, just get specific in what you're doing. You know, what the heck's in Africa?
Everything's not here.
I'm going to tell you what. You'll never see a sun big as it is in Africa. I've been there. And the trees, they don't go like this, they go flat. Don't ask me why, don't ask me why. It's so really cool. My son was 12 years old when he was over there. You know what he tells me he remembers most? Kids drinking water from a mud pump. And we shot all kind of crazy animals. I actually took my employees. I didn't hunt till the last 2 days, but that's okay. I can relate to what he's saying. Now think about this. There's a kid this big, and what he remembers most, all that stuff, was kids drinking water from a mud pump. You see, this is America. If you can't make it, you're in the wrong place. People die trying to get in this country. And even when they do, they get thrown out. Why? Because of opportunities. You guys have the opportunity here to make tons of money. I don't need Matt. He hires me. I got a desk, I got phone, I got inventory. I just need customers. I don't want to depend on him to bring me all these people in, because all the money's in repeats and referrals. Now, what gets you doing this stuff, those 11 goals? Like, if you want to go on vacation, hey, go take your biggest commission and put it in vacation fund. Watch how fast you go on vacation. You know, you do get perks when you start selling 30, 40 cars a month. It goes from, no, you can't go to, are you coming back? Think about it. Hey, I'm telling you, I know what it's like. And the cool thing about it is, I mean, you still have to ask permission to go. You just don't run the store, but I know what it's like. I know the owner many times came up and said, hey, Fran, here, appreciate the hard work. Every time I asked the owner for something, he gave it to me. Back then, we had this stupid phones that you had to go beep, 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 beep to get a clearance to call out to save money. I said, this isn't working. So I heard him. I said, every time at 9 o'clock I'd be on the phone. I said, Cal, I need a real phone. I was the only one there to have my own phone, private number. Why? Because I worked. Every time I asked him, I went to him, I said, because I run these little, my specials of the week ads in the paper. I was in the Paxton Herald, the Humboldt Sun, the Middletown Merchandiser. Oh, I don't know, there was another one. I was going to do it because I know prospecting works. Okay? Try spending money you don't have. So I said, would you pay for half? He goes, sure. So I went from 2 to 4 papers. I had my specials of the week. And it's all deductible anyway. I mean, sometimes you got to go out on the limb to pick the fruit. Not knowing, blind faith. Like you're driving down the road, you got those 2 yellow lines, you hope nobody crosses it, right? That's the same thing in prospecting. What's really interesting about prospecting, you can't track it. You can track all the other stuff, you can't track prospecting. Matches. This was me in 1982. Come on, man. The Beatles were cool then. You know, how much money I made on those, I have no idea.